Hi guys, Mimi G here. I am doing this really quick video as a highly requested video with everything going on currently with the coronavirus, COVID-19. It has made things very difficult for many people, including healthcare workers and medical professionals who can no longer get access to face masks. And so I have posted in the description box a couple of links to organizations that are requesting that the sewing community please come together and make masks to sort of help fill the need for first responders, nurses, and medical professionals who have to be in front of people who are ill or could be ill. And of course, you just want to be safe. So I'm no doctor, so I don't know how much this will help you, but I know that the request has come in so much into my social media accounts, into my emails, and you guys are requesting that I do a video showing you how to make one. So here it is. I will say that for me and my family personally, we wear them because for example, I have a tendency of touching my face a lot. And so when I'm out, if I have to go out during quarantine for whatever reason, shopping or food or whatever I need, having the mask on keeps me from touching my face. So if for nothing else, it helps me to be safer so that I don't inadvertently touch something and then because I'm not thinking about it, touch my face. And so having the mask protects me from doing that. So if you want to help and you want to make these, they're super fast and super easy to make, then please follow the links that I have included in the description box to see how you can help. If you want to make them for yourself or your family, please do so. I have a printable pattern that I literally drew up and photocopied for you guys that is also linked below that you can download and cut and make as many of these as you possibly would want to make. Another really quick note that's super important is if you have no idea how to sew, you've never touched a sewing machine, but chances are you have access to one or maybe even have one in your closet that you've never even taken out of the box. Trust me, you'd be surprised how many people have sewing machines in their homes or access to one. I have an online sewing and design school called Sew It Academy. We also have a free trial. The free trial is no obligation. You do not need a credit card to sign up and access the free trial. In the free trial, I teach you 4 courses that will give you the very basics that you need to learn, how to not just operate a sewing machine, but what stitches you're going to need, and also how to make just basic straight stitching. That alone will give you everything that you need to know so that you can make your very own surgical mask. So if you do not know how to sew but want to try your hand at making this, go to sewitacademy.com, click on the free trial, sign up. I promise no credit card is required, and you will get access to those courses that will help you to put together this surgical mask. All right, guys, enough of me talking. Let me show you how to make the mask. The first thing you're going to want to do is to print out this pattern. You're going to see that you have 2 lines. The line that goes from here to here indicates that you're going to cut out 2 of the full piece in whatever fashion fabric you're using. So let me be very clear about the fabrics that you should be using. I suggest using quilting cottons that are really tightly woven together. That means that if you put it up to the light, you're not going to see a ton of light coming through. You want something that's going to be tight because obviously you want to protect yourself as much as possible. If you use a fabric that has a loose weave, then it sort of defeats the purpose. Quilting fabric is the best. You can purchase quilting cottons at your local Joann, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and they usually come in what is called a fat quarter. Let me show you. This is a fat quarter. It comes already in this size so that you don't have to go buy an entire yard of fabric unless you plan to make several of these masks, obviously. But if you're making just one for yourself, this will be enough. You could probably get 2 masks out of this. If you want a lining fabric that is different than this, then just get 2 of these. You can use one for your lining and one for the outside fabric that people are going to see. So you're going to cut from your fashion fabric, right, the side that people are going to see. from this side to this side, meaning this entire piece. For your lining, however, you're going to cut from this line to this line. So you're going to cut from here and then around. You're going to cut 2 of both your lining and 2 of your fabric. You're also going to need some elastic. So if you can find an 1/8 of an inch wide elastic, a 1/4 of an inch wide elastic, those are the best ones because they are the thinnest. So for example, mine has the very thin elastic, and this makes it really great because it doesn't sort of pull on your head, and it makes it a lot more comfortable to wear. But if you can't find it and you need to use maybe a 3/8 of an inch elastic, that's fine too. When you put it on, you're just going to put the second elastic higher on your head so that it doesn't sit right on your ears and make it uncomfortable. Now, I've seen the ones that go from elastic here to here and you just go around the ear. I personally don't find those very comfortable, and if I got to wear this for any length of time, I want it to be as comfortable as possible. So instead of that method, I do the one that you wear around your entire head. So that's the one I'm going to be showing you how to make. So you're going to need some elastic. Now for my head, Norris's head, and the kid's head, 22 inches of elastic was plenty. So unless you want to, maybe you have a smaller head or maybe you have a larger head, just go ahead and test the elastic once you've put it through your mask, and then pin it in place so that you can test it before you stitch it down. But for the most part, like I said, if you're using a thin elastic, 22 inches was sufficient for everyone in my family. So I have cut my lining fabric, I've cut 2, and I've cut my fashion fabric. And as you can see from the pattern, the lining is always going to be shorter than your fashion fabric. That is on purpose, so make sure that you cut it correctly. All right, guys, so you're going to place right sides facing on both your fashion fabric and your lining fabric, and you're going to pin along the front edge. We're going to go ahead and stitch using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Back stitch at the beginning and at the end. You're going to do that for both. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing to your lining. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and you can press your seams to one side. With right sides facing, we're gonna go ahead and put these together. So you're going to align your seam lines first and pin. And then you're going to pin one more time. Okay, once you have it pinned, we're going to start sewing using, again, 1/4 inch seam allowance from one side along the top, and then stopping and back stitching at both ends. And then you're going to do the same thing across the bottom. You're just going to stitch across the entire bottom using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so once you turn it right side out, you're gonna go ahead and finish off the end. So you're gonna press 3/8 of an inch, then you're going to fold and press again 3/8 of an inch, and then you're going to stitch along the edge. Okay, so this is what your mask looks like right before we put in our elastic. So this is the fashion fabric side. This is your lining side. I like to fold mine in half and then just give it a good press. Now go ahead and get your elastic and a safety pin. Okay, you're gonna take your safety pin and, oh my God, look at my nails, quarantine life. That is crazy. But let's all just be thankful for the tutorial and not talk about my nails. All right, so you're gonna sift your elastic through. Okay, leave a tail end, and then you're going to put it through the other side. Okay. Okay. Now go ahead and remove your safety pin. If you want to try it on right now just to make sure that your elastic is long enough, go ahead. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to take the two ends, you're going to overlap them by a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to pin it so it stays in place. Okay, and now you're just going to backstitch several times to secure your elastic ends together. Okay, so I like to use a zigzag stitch, so I'm going to zigzag. And that'll just secure my elastic together. So when you go to put it on, you're just going to pull on both elastics to put it over your head. Adjust it first on your face. You can sit this one higher on your head for comfort and this one on your neck. And as you can see, it's nice and fitted along my face. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please be safe, please stay quarantined, and don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Until next time, peace.